Hey, Rodney James here for K-Side Press. I'm here with Alberto Del Rio. You might know him as a WWE superstar. I actually remember you as a pride fighting superstar back in the day, and you were actually pretty good. You had a good record, what, like 9-5, something like this?
Yeah, he was 9-5. Exactly. Hey, you know what you're doing, my friend.
Yeah, you fought Cro-Cop, of course. That one wasn't
that
probably
one,
the best
well,
experience.
that one didn't work that well, but it was a great experience. Like I always say, to be honest, I thought I was ready for that fight, but he was a different breed back then. He was knocking everybody out. I had a fight against Brad Collar before fighting Miracle, and I knocked him out in less than 2 minutes. So that's what made Marco, who was my mentor at the time, decide that we could do that fight against Miracle. Of course, it didn't work the way we wanted, planned it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, but it was crazy back in those days. You actually, like, you wore the Lucha Libre mask, and they allow that sort of thing in Pride back in the day.
Well, it's Japan, brother. In Japan is everything goes, and we know how it is. I had a great time, and it was. I think it was the best time of my life when I was wrestling in Japan. Many people would think that it was my years in WWE, the best years of my life, but in Japan is when I had complete freedom of doing whatever I wanted in pro wrestling and MMA. So those days, plus I love the culture, I love the food, I love the country.
So I came here to San Antonio for the UFC fight this weekend. We're at Ultimate Submission Academy. And my good buddy and former training partner, coach, mentor, Ray Rodriguez, is in here training you, and I'm like, I came to see Ray, to see the gym, but it was a pleasant surprise to see you here. So it's for real. You are fighting Tito Ortiz. This is what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So you're getting ready.
Tito and I are fighting in probably at the end of November in Las Vegas. We went back and forth between fighters, contracts. We had one opponent at first, then he said no, then another one, and then we started talking to Tito Ortiz, and then because we already have some issues with his ideas and my ideas of how this country should be ruled, should be taken. We both were like, hey, you know what? Let's solve it in the cage.
Are you saying because he's a Trump supporter?
He's a Trump supporter,
and he's a Mexican American.
He's a Mexican American. That was the argument. That was the discussion, because I couldn't believe that someone that has Mexican blood running through his body can go and support a guy like this. I totally agreed. Yes, we need to protect America. And these days, I'm not just Mexican. They granted me my American citizenship last year.
Congratulations.
My kids, thank you so much, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of being Mexican. I'm proud of being American. My kids were born here in the States, so I love this country. This country made me. I always say this. I was born in Mexico, but made in America. America is what made me. So that's why I love this country so much. And yes, we need to protect this country, but these days, that wall, those red hats, they're no longer a wall or a red hat. It's just a monument for hate, racism, and stuff because of the message that the father of the nation is sending. But that's how everything started. Then we decided to solve everything in the cage. Other organizations wanted to take this, wanted to do this, but everybody knows that I work and love Combat Americas. My boss is one of my best friends, Campbell McLaren. That's a man that was with me, has been with me in the good times, bad times, worst times, fantastic times. He's a man that has had my back for many years, and of course, if that fight was going to happen in Combat Americas.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And if it's in Las Vegas, I will be there. So it's been a long time since you fought.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah?
12, 13 years.
How are you feeling? You're like, what, a month into the training camp now?
Well, I started training at the beginning of the year, but it was just me going back to the wrestling gym, right? The amateur wrestling gym, not pro wrestling, amateur wrestling gym. So I've been training for quite some time, but focusing in MMA and focusing in grappling, kicking, punching, and all that stuff. It's been like 4 or 5 weeks. At the beginning of the year, bro, I was dying, man. I was like, damn it, I don't know if I can do this, because wrestling is my main. Like everybody knows, well, not everybody, but most of the people knows that I was part of the national team. I was in the national team for Pan American Games, Central American Games, World Championships. So I was a world-class wrestling when I was competing for Mexico. So I went to the gym and I was getting my ass kicked by these 20, 25-year-old kids, and I couldn't believe it. But when you are an athlete, when you are a fighter, that touches your pride. And that's what made me go back the next day. Even though everything was hurting, even this tiny little hair in my fingers was hurting, I went back and I continued to do it. And now we're doing it. I have a lot of help from a lot of people. The Judge Rodriguez. I have my good friend Javier Torres, Balu Vargas, Bader, many people that are offering me their camps to go. So I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be doing my stuff here with Ray, and I'm gonna go back and forth between San Antonio and Phoenix to be doing my training camp to be ready for the fight.
Did you say Bader?
Bader and Javier Torres, and those guys are gonna be helping.
Good guys to train with.
Yes.
Great.
Good guys to train with, and also fantastic human beings.
Yeah.
You know, guys with just one thing in mind: winning, training, and respecting their business. And that's what we're doing it the way we're doing it. Because I always say this: I'm an executive for Combat Americas. I could have choose any fighter. I could have choose a nobody to have my last fight in MMA and retire with all the glory and everything. And instead of that, I picked Tito Ortiz. Because if I'm gonna do this for my company, to help my company to grow, and to put Combat Americas in everybody's eyes that day. And if I'm gonna retire, I'm gonna retire the right way, fighting a champion, fighting a legend. If I win, damn it, I go as I wanna go from this amazing business, the MMA business. And if I lose, so be it. I lost against one of the greatest.
You look great. Y'all gonna do this at 205, I assume?
205, yeah.
And you're training here in San Antonio and in Phoenix, which is a great climate actually to get prepared for Las Vegas. It's perfect, that desert climate. Man, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
I'll see you Saturday. I'm coming to the fights with you. Well, not with you, but I'll be there and I'll see you there.
Is that right? Looking forward to it. Which one are you looking forward to? A lot of good ones.
A lot of good ones. I'm one of those guys that I enjoy from the beginning to the end, preliminaries to the main event. For us, for the ones knowing this game, we're not just looking forward for the main event. We appreciate every single fight because we've been there. We have felt how it feels when they punch you in the face and they kick you in the ribs. So the event is going to be fantastic. So amigos in San Antonio, come and continue supporting the sports of MMA. Support and come and learn the best of MMA with my good friend Ray, the Judge Rodriguez.
No way.
Heard it straight from Alberto Del Rio. That's late November in Las Vegas, Combate Americas. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Rodney James for Cage Side Press.